It should be no secret to all of you that I'm fat. It's no shame in admitting it. I'm fucking fat. Okay, I'm not obese or anything like that. I'm not that huge, but I am definitely overweight. And I'm not terribly overweight either. I'm not like at the unhealthy zone or anything when it comes to weight or anything like that yet. But I'm definitely not thin, as all of you really should know. But anyways, this is something I've kind of wanted to talk about for a while. As someone who is overweight or whatever, fat themselves, fat shaming. And, I've seen many people online, say, oh, how it's wrong to fat shame and all that, but so many people misconstrue fat shaming as, oh, you criticize this fat person, you tell them that they should eat healthier, you're fat shaming them, and you should accept them for who they are, the stupid fat acceptance shit, and then you get the completely, different, the completely different side, the complete, opposite of that, people are like, oh, you should shame these people, you should tell them that they're fat, they're ugly, they're fucking losers for being for being this heavy. And yes, I do encourage people telling one who is very very overweight, like near obese, or actually is obese. I do encourage people telling them, they should probably lose some weight, they should eat healthier, they should exercise more, do whatever they can to live a more healthy lifestyle, because obviously what they're doing to themselves, they're not gonna fulfill, they're not going to live a full life. They're probably going to die due to a heart attack or diabetes or anything of the sort. Anything that being massively fucking overweight, any disease, any kind of condition or disease being fucking obese can bring. Tell them that they should have a healthier lifestyle, but don't shame them. Don't make them feel bad for how the fuck they are, because that fucking solves nothing. If you go up to this really, really fat person and tell them, oh, you need to lose weight, you fucking loser. Look at you. You're this fat fucking whale that no one is gonna like. You're a loser for being this heavy. Do you really think that's gonna fucking help people? And I've seen so many people try to defend this too, online, and even some assholes in real life that I've completely cut off in my life. I've seen people try to defend this and say, "Oh, but I want them to live a healthier lifestyle. I want them to lose the weight." You really think being a complete fucking dick towards that person is going to make them want to lose weight? If anything, that's going to make them feel even fucking worse about themselves, and they're probably going to start eating more, because maybe they're you don't even fucking know what their problem is. Maybe they have this kind of depression or whatever, where that eating food kind of alleviates for a little bit. There are people who are like that in this world. You could be shaming someone who's like that, and you wouldn't even know too, because you automatically just see this fat person and automatically fucking assume, oh, they're a loser, they're too lazy to work out, they're too lazy to do anything. It's completely their fault that they're this overweight. Nothing bad has ever happened to them. They're just this fat, lazy fucking loser. You are an asshole if you are like that. And don't get me wrong, I am not at all saying that you should just sit there and accept them for who they are. You should just lie idly by and let them fucking eat themselves to death, and get even fatter and fatter until they eventually have a heart attack or anything of the sort that being morbidly obese can bring on. I'm not saying just sit there and accept what they're fucking doing to their bodies. Of course, tell them the risks. Tell them why they should stop eating the way they eat, and stop gaining all this weight, because it is just so fucking unhealthy for you, and you are not going to live a long life at all if you continue going down this path. Of course, tell them all that, but what is shaming them? What is telling them, that they should feel ashamed for themselves for being this big? Telling them that they're fucking losers for being this big. Telling them that, they're going to amount to nothing, or any heinous thing of the sort. What is that going to fucking do to help? How is that going to make them fucking lose all the weight? And I've seen some people say, oh yeah, I was shamed, and that worked for me, that made me lose all the weight. Okay, maybe in some rare cases, yes, it does work, but But all in all, I'm sure like most obese people don't want to fucking hear about how the fucking like how much of a garbage person they are because they are obese, or how much of a loser they are supposedly because they are obese. I'm sure they don't want to fucking hear it, and they're just gonna be like, oh well, you're a fucking dick. Fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you, and if you're gonna treat me like that, just fucking leave. Because why the fuck would they want to have anything to do with someone who would be like that? Why the fuck would they want to be around someone who's going to be a complete fucking dick regarding their weight? Not giving any sort of health advice whatsoever, none of the sort. Just right, flat out shaming them for their fucking weight. Like, why the fuck would they want anything to do with a person like that? They're not getting any sort of advice from that person. They're not getting any sort of help from that person. They're just being told, oh, you're a loser for being this fat, and that's it. Like, nothing of fucking value is nothing of fucking value is in that statement whatsoever at all. So yeah, that's my view on fat shaming. This is probably one of my SJW-ish views on a particular subject, if you could really word it that way. But yeah, I do believe there's fat shame. I do believe fat shaming exists, and I do believe that fat shaming is something that's really, really wrong. And I'm not. No, this is also not me saying, oh, if there was some random troll in the comments being like, "LOL, you're fat," thinking that's gonna make me fucking go in a corner and fucking cry. I'm not saying that's fat shaming either, and I'm not even saying fat jokes or fat shaming either. I'm just talking about the assholes who will just continually fucking berate a person for being fat under the guise of, oh, I'm helping them, when you're really not in fucking reality. And just stop being a fucking asshole. Either give the person proper advice and help them out and help them lose all that weight and have a better diet, or just do nothing at all. If all you're going to be is just a dick and not help them at all. Anyways, yeah, those people are just fucking assholes. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.